Are you terrified of letting your dog off the leash for fear that they won't come back? Whilst being stuck on a leash can be crippling for your dog as he's unable to exercise properly and interact with other dogs. Let's face it, without a bomb-proof come command, it's far too risky not to keep them on a line. Or maybe you've experienced that awful feeling of seeing your dog just disappearing into the distance and you've been unable to find them for long periods of time. I know how gut-wrenching it is to have lost your dog, worried that they could get injured or even die if it comes in contact with an aggressive animal or gets hit by a car. Or how about that incredibly frustrating situation when your dog is off leash and still close by, but they're literally running rings around you. It's very common for dogs to play this game. They come back within a few yards of you and won't let you catch them. It's time consuming, it's dangerous, and it's downright annoying. Sound familiar? It's entirely possible that these frustrating problems keep getting worse, despite your best efforts to find a solution. And you probably don't need me to tell you that having a bomb-proof recall is the most important dog training command, which is why I dedicate so much time to it in all of my puppy classes. Here's the good news. Regardless of whether you have a new puppy or an older dog, this command can be taught to your dog to ensure he stays happy and healthy. And it's not complicated. In fact, it's very straightforward. You see, I believe that within every dog is a good dog, and within every good dog is a great dog, waiting to be nurtured, discovered, and enjoyed to their fullest potential. So if you're ready to uncover the solution to get your dog to come back to you every time you call him, then you want to pay close attention to this video, because in just a minute I'm going to share with you the secret of how you can calm your dog down emotionally and teach him to come every time you call him using some very simple but extremely effective and powerful exercises. Essentially, these exercises or games are based on the natural instincts of your dog, which is actually very different from our natural human instincts. And that's why they can literally change the way your dog thinks and acts, but more about them in a second. First, let me explain a little bit more about what actually happens in your dog's brain and body when he won't come back to you when you call for them. There's a physiological reaction that can occur in dogs which goes way back to their survival days in the wild, called the flight or fight response. It's basically an acute stress response to danger. Now, this can cause your dog to release a whole load of chemicals into their bodies, such as cortisol, adrenaline and noradrenaline, that flips them into an overdrive state where suddenly nothing else matters. They're on a mission and the stress levels, they rise. And all that training that you've done to get your dog to listen and come to you on command goes out of the window, and you might as well not be there. Now, back in the day, this rush of adrenaline was useful for the flight or fight response. However, down at the park, it's not so useful anymore. Yet many dogs get so excited by all the other dogs, the smells, the other animals or people, and they just take off running and will completely ignore your call to come back. When your dog is triggered, these chemicals quickly start pumping around your dog's bloodstream, and that makes it incredibly hard for them to calm down and listen to you. Here's an analogy. Imagine you have a minor car crash on the way to work. You have a sudden surge of adrenaline released. You get to work, you're still really wired, your hands are shaking, it's like you've just drunk 5 coffees. It's very hard to calm down and relax. Your emotions are completely on overdrive, and it's the same for your dog. They can't just switch off and calm down once they're fired up, and that's why your dog's bad recall behavior, the tendencies, they flare up, and that pattern leads to a surge of adrenaline, and it becomes like this vicious circle with all their stress firing them up even more. However, the good news is that training your dog to come when called is possible, and it's not even that complicated. It's all about getting your dog to develop the skills of remaining calm, controlling those emotions, and then looking to you for cues using 5 very simple exercises which will retrain what goes on in your dog's brain. When these exercises are put in place, your dog's mind won't be in a crazy, over-emotional and excited state, so they won't feel the absolute urgency to keep doing this thing and ignore you like they have in the past. They'll be able to use that self-control to assess the situation and then calmly look to you and make a good decision about coming to you when you call them. They'll be more relaxed, more patient, and less reactive and emotional about everything. Sounds good? Great. To give you an even better picture about what I'm talking about, I want to share a magic aha moment I had with my kids that may help you understand why you've been struggling to get your dogs to respond to your command to come back. So, here's my story. Basically, we were having a barbecue with some good friends, and our 2 kids, Stan and Sage, were charging around wildly outside, having a great time. However, all good things must come to an end, so it was soon time to get them ready for bed. Our friends, they wished us luck. They sat back, smiling, knowing that the chances of me getting these kids out of this crazy, super hyper state. Without an absolute meltdown, they were very slim. But as my kids ran past me, I called them both over, I swept them up in my arms, give them a big, tight daddy bear hug, and we sat in silence for a few moments. And then I whispered to them, making a few promises about their favourite books we'd read if they did what I wanted. And suddenly they were off to wash, brush their teeth, get into bed and wait for the story. Now, our friends couldn't believe it. They could visibly see both these little children take complete control of their own actions. They calmed down and processed everything. But here's the thing. I understand how my kids' brains are wired, and I knew that the promise of a bedtime story is all it would take to get them to listen to me and settle down. Unfortunately, you can't use the same technique to calm a dog down. You can't hold a dog like that. They'll just squirm and wriggle and get all excited. And you definitely can't just keep shouting at them and promising them treats if they come when you call, because that shouting, it just makes them less responsive, they get more excited and they ignore you. In fact, you can't just think like a human and apply it to your dog. It's the biggest mistake we make as dog owners. But what you can do is see the world through your dog's eyes. And once you uncover how to connect with your dog on a psychological level in a way that they understand, everything changes. The first step is uncovering how to help dogs develop the skill of remaining calm and avoiding emotional overload so we can get their attention. Then we can move on to the second step and start the actual dog training. So, how do you think like a dog so that you can help your dog remain calm and then put an end to running off and not responding to you when you call them? Easy. You start introducing the exercises and games that I'll share with you on the online dog trainer program I created for dog owners that need a little help solving frustrating dog behaviors just like you, and then you put the specific training tools into place depending on what sort of recall issue you have. And the best part, I'm going to give you access to the entire program for 3 days for just $1. I'm going to talk more about how you can get hold of this trial offer in a second, but before I do that, let me tell you a little bit more about the program. Once you become a member of the online dog trainer program, you'll get access to 5 dog training consultations where you'll be able to see me putting these exercises in place. This is the foundation which will make working with your dog so much easier, because it's what's going to basically help them remain calm, listen to you, focus on you. And after you have this foundation in place, you can go to the specific recall training videos that reflect your situation, follow the step-by-step training to help them overcome their poor recall behavior. You'll be able to see what we're doing in this program is the opposite of traditional dog training, where the focus is on learning commands, a practice that doesn't work when your dog is overstimulated due to that flight or fight response we talked about earlier. Instead, you'll discover that we're putting in place the foundation that will ensure your dog develops the life skills necessary, so as he grows up, he'll continue to be able to cope with stimulation, remain calm, listen and focus on you when it really matters. These exercises are easy to follow, and the best bit is it'll only take a couple of minutes each day, and you can even incorporate them into your daily schedule, so you don't have to spend hours working away at it each week. The truth is, you're probably already doing some of them, but not the correct way. Then, once they're part of your dog's regular routine, you'll notice your dog starting to calm down quicker as you get ready for the walk, focusing on you more and listening to you when you really need them to. It's simple. I've also put a collection of proven tools and techniques that you can access in this program, the ones that I use every day when I need to quickly step in and remind a dog who's getting overexcited that they need to calm down. And then lastly, once you've put the 5 exercises in place and you've made yourself aware of those tools and techniques, I've added my video training library that covers off a step-by-step guide to solving 34 of the most common dog behavioral issues, perfect for those of you who have dogs with problems other than not coming back when called. Watch these videos and you'll know exactly what training exercises to put in place to overcome any issues, from aggression to jumping up to barking, pulling on the leash, and of course not coming when called. It's all covered up. So, if you've got a dog who's too impulsive, overreactive, maybe just a bit spoiled, goes over the top, gets a bit silly, or sometimes just a little out of control, then these 5 exercises in the online dog trainer program are going to be perfect for you and your dog. It's time that you finally get a chance to relax and feel the stress melt away as your dog becomes a peaceful, self-controlled member of the family who listens when it really matters. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering how much the dog program inside the online dog trainer is going to be after the 3-day trial, if you choose to stay on, and that's a fair question, considering that most dog trainers charge several $100s just to visit you once, assess your dog and give you some advice. But the reason I created this online dog training course is to share this life-changing information with as many dog owners as possible, because I see it as too valuable just to sit on it. I've watched it change the lives of thousands of dogs and dog owners, and I know it will work for you and your dog too. As I mentioned earlier, I believe so strongly in this program that I'm actually super excited to give you immediate access to the whole site for 3 days, because that way you can take a look at the program, get started with the 5 exercises, see how they work, and then decide if the program resonates with you and your dog. And if you don't like the program, then you can just cancel during those 3 days by emailing me doggydan@theonlinedogtrainer.com, and that's the end. We just part as friends. You've only spent $1 and you've gotten a ton of awesome information, so it's a win-win for you. I've even included the 5 emotional control exercises on a PDF for you to download, print off and keep. So even if you choose not to stay on, you'll have them there to refer to. And this sheet contains the key takeaways that I share in my $400 consultation, and it's yours for free today. However, if you love the site, as most dog and puppy owners do, and choose to stay on, it's just $37 per month for access to everything in the program. And again, you can cancel during the first month or the second, whenever you like. And to say thank you for giving my new dog program a try, I'm also including 2 special bonus gifts for you. The first bonus is the opportunity to participate and get your questions answered by my expert team on my private online dog trainer forum once you've completed your 3-day trial. The second special bonus gift is the complete training section for younger puppies. This is the video diary of me raising my puppy Moses from 8 weeks through to 1 year. There's a total of 68 videos that covers off the behavioral issues, training that you may be looking for when raising a pup or young dog. Curbing your dog's dangerous habit of not coming when called begins with discovering how to keep your dog or puppy calm, focusing on you and listening to you. Use the 5 exercises in my program and I have no doubt you'll be able to find success and bring a little more peace into your life. So if you're looking to put an end to worrying about your dog's safety as they disappear into the distance, now is your chance. Just click the Join Now button, which is below this video, and let's get started today with developing that all-important emotional maturity. Within minutes, you can be watching these 5 exercises that'll help your dog remain calm and listen to you, even when everything else around them is going crazy. And what's more, you can be doing it all from the comfort of your own home, on your device whilst out walking in the park, or on your own schedule. I should mention here that the online dog trainer program and the 2 free bonuses all come with my personal 60-day money-back guarantee. So this will give you plenty of room to implement these exercises or games with your dog and see the results as they start to listen to you and behave. And if you don't love the program for whatever reason, then I actually don't want to keep your money. All you have to do is shoot me a quick email and I'll quickly refund it. The bad news? Dog issues don't just solve themselves. They generally get worse if they're not addressed. The good news is it's never too late to take action to solve your dog's recall problems. The missing link you've been searching for to stop all the drama, the frustration and the embarrassment that comes along with your dog's frustrating and dangerous recall behavior issues is just a click away. Simply click the Join Now button below this video and I'll email your password to the online dog trainer and the 5 exercises and how to stop your dog's bad recall habits so you can get started today. I'm Doggy Dan and I'm looking forward to seeing you inside the program very soon.